Hello, good morning.
Hey, how you doing, Jared?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, my name is Lionel, by the way, Lionel Seawood, so
Yep. How you making out this morning?
pretty good. Sorry, I guess I didn't start my video.
It's all right. What so I always like to start these off. One, thank you, and two, what are you hoping to get out of this?
I ran into a lady last week who does quinceañeras because I was doing one last week, and her and her husband, they do it all the time, and she was kind of helping me, giving me some tips and this and that. She was the videographer and I was the photographer, so
Right. Yeah, I mean, um I know that Lindsay Adler, do you know Lindsay Adler at all?
I've heard of that name,
She
yes.
has really good pose. She's really good with posing. Vanessa Joy has a posing thing. Like they're really good at posing. For me, photojournalistic type stuff. When I did weddings, it was all the photojournalistic type wedding style. Um, and it's okay not to be amazing with posing, really. If your style is catching, I mean, we'll take a look at the pictures and honestly, sometimes when you work with actual models that do this for a living, they already know what to do. But then it's the everyday people trying to talk them through being natural is obviously another thing. But I know I was talking with Vanessa about promoting one of her products that's um, for posing males, for posing females, and it just gives a lot of different looks, so you get an idea of what to do.
Okay.
But we can jump. So let's see. We've got D810, good camera, 3200th of a second. Well, this is obviously a little older because you said you have the newer stuff.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That's one of my first paid shoots, so
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like the separation of it. It's just it works. Good composition, good framing. I like the zoom, but not bad. And then this is awesome. Like
okay.
this is awesome. I don't like muted personally. You know that muted. I know Steven does. You know my editor. He loves the muted look.
Oh,
I
love the podcast too, by the way.
thank you very much. Yeah. So for me, like that's too flat. Look at that. I just pumped it up just a little bit, but this is one of these shots that a person would hang on their wall forever. And if the kid continues to be a skater, they become somebody big. It's like they look back at this and you're like, here it is.
Great.
This is good, even though the skateboard doesn't even look like it's used yet.
It probably wasn't.
But yeah, that's an awesome shot. I love this. This is see what I like about it is okay, now we can tell we've got a skateboard. We can tell we're probably at a skate park, and that is a great environmental portrait. This is awesome. I mean, this is another thing you can do is you can find a skater. Like, do you know any skaters now?
I know one.
Oh, good. Take that one skater to the skate park, and your job is to use that skater as a fishing lure, right? To hook other
Okay.
skaters to allow you to do a shoot. So you just need the
Ah,
one, right? You need one person. Six. This one's a little too tight. You see how you're too tight to the top? It's just close.
okay.
Now, with content aware AI generation these days, we could probably extend it out, which I actually need to someone made a suggestion that when I'm doing critiques, I could if you chop someone's fingers off, you could, build it back. But this isn't bad. I love the way the background looks. I like the separation there. So I don't think this is far off. Just a little
Oh
bit of
wow.
contrast. With the
You did that
contrast,
and it made it, yeah, that just changed it.
that's it. That was literally just plus 50 on the contrast. Like just a little bit.
Oh wow.
Look at how
Okay.
the models of regular people and family portraits are posing. You can learn so much from that.
Okay.
What I like this is like you've got the nice road leading out in the background, but it's not a distraction.
Right.
Nice set. So this is cool. I would change the comp just a little bit. I think there's a little too much dead up. I would try to keep her whole body in at this point because you're almost cutting at the ankles.
Right.
So I would just back up a couple feet. I love that you're at 200 millimeters for this because look at how the background separation works. I think your lighting. I think all that's great. I would just back up, get her whole body in there, and I think it would be even better.
Great. Thank
But
you.
not bad. Be careful with the underarms.
Yeah, I didn't know that at the time until I was told that.
Yeah, it just becomes part of the focus. I mean, have her just even put her arm across her body like this, or put it, just naturally just hug yourself, right? Could just like this, turn the shoulder and look back over the shoulder, stuff like that.
Okay.
So there you go. You got super low. It's unique. It's cool. I think this with eye contact would be cool too. I like where she's looking. I like your lighting. I think you're doing a great job with all of that. Just a little,
Yeah, I
this
was
is
on the ground
great.
with that one.
Yep. Yeah, that's great. You don't need that one when you have this one, right? You don't
Okay,
need
got
this.
you.
You don't need this. That's not a good angle unless this was for a magazine or for a publication and they needed to like put the person's name here and then put some information down here. I don't know if you see my mouse. Do you see my mouse?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so then right here like they could use that to put text. That would be fine.
Okay.
This is great, right? Nice tight photo, but you know we're at the soccer field and that looks great. Little green, I'm going to throw some magenta at it. Get rid of some of that green. This is intimate. This is nice. Love your colors on this. Love your edit. Edit looks great. Not much
That
that
was
I
my
could do. Sorry,
okay.
go ahead.
That was my first time doing an indoor session, I guess you want to call it.
No, it looks great. So I think that's great. This perfect. That's a perfect portrait of her. Yes, there you go. See, that's perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
see how natural that is?
Right.
See, this is great. Have I seen these
Okay.
before? Have I seen any of these?
No, not this.
Maybe I've seen a church or something that looks very similar in another one.
Okay.
But that's just a little bit of contrast. This is beautiful, perfect. There you go. This is a great pose. There's that arm thing I was showing you, right?
Uh-huh.
But I would still keep the proper aspect ratio because this looks okay. It is the proper aspect ratio. Watch the top of her hair. I don't care about cutting off tops of hair. I really don't because especially a guy like me, like it brings down the composition in a weird way. I think this composition's great. I would take one little smidgy step back so you don't chop off the top of the hair. And you did good not chopping off the fingers. This is like the perfect composition. You see that? I think you need to tweak just almost a little bit to the right. You see her? She's not exactly in the middle for this.
Correct.
So it's just ever so slightly, ever so slight. But we don't need to. We can't crop it because we're going to lose her finger or more of her hair. So this, I would try to keep their feet in. Your shutter speed's way too slow if you're not using a flash. Your shutter speed's way too slow.
Wasn't. Okay.
And I don't know how the Viltrox lenses are. I've never used one.
That's the first time I've ever used it at this wedding. So
Yeah. I mean, I rather stick with the native. I don't know about that, but I know the price is different. Here, you got to get that shutter speed up faster if they're going to be walking. See how there's some blur?
yes.
But don't because it would compress the face.
Thank you.
These are good. These are good. Yeah, it's fine.
Cut off her elbow. Okay.
That's
And this
all
was
right.
okay.
But I really like the posing you did with the lady with the rings. That was really nice. Tremendously. Let's hit previous. No, previous is going to play with the crop. But same thing. A little bit of warmth. Yeah, it was too green. There you go.
Wow. It's after you edited the first one. Now I noticed everything on the other ones.
Yep. Here, see? But here, the thing is, that's too much magenta. That's too much, obviously, green. But let me hit reset because the first thing I change here is, well, I want to add warmth, and then it just shifted there, and then some contrast. There you go. So that's good. And then you got your group shot.
All
Yeah,
right,
I
I
would.
guess they're both the same.
Yeah, I would do the group shot. I think it's good. I think you got everybody in focus. That looks great. Yeah, this is one where you take the 7200, you back up and you zoom in on them so that you don't go too wide. But I think this is fantastic.
I believe I used a 35. Does it show the data on there?
No, this one doesn't have the data.
I think I shot with a 35 millimeter.
All right. I threw a lot at you here. You got some really nice stuff, right? You're doing a great job. Your portraits, your lighting, fantastic. I think you're doing a great job balancing that. I don't even do that myself. Just some stuff is just tweaking, just a little bit of edits.
Okay.
And I think you'd be even better. So, I mean, yeah, just get out there.